Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. On this week's show, we'll visit with volleyball coach Bryan Snyder, women's swimmer Laura Bruce, and men's cross-country captain Freddie Marx. But we start with a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Football fell 48-42 on a last-second touchdown at Emory and Henry. Field hockey remained unbeaten in ODAC play with a 3-0 win at Virginia Wesleyan. Both soccer teams also traveled to Virginia Beach. The women secured a 0-0 draw, while the men saw their 10-game unbeaten streak come to an end with a 1-0 loss to the Marlins. Riding recorded a first-place showing at the Lynchburg Sweetbriar Invitational, as well as a fourth-place finish at Bridgewater JMU. The cross-country teams also competed in two meets. The women placed fourth at both Oberlin and Gettysburg, while the men came in 10th in both competitions. Men's and women's swimming recorded dual meet wins over Center and Washington College, and volleyball picked up a pair of ODAC victories, defeating both Virginia Wesleyan and Hollins in Virginia Beach. Joining me in the studio is volleyball coach Bryan Snyder. Bryan, welcome back to the show.
Jeremy, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
You've had some injuries and some lineup adjustments, and yet the team is on an 8-game winning streak. How well have the Generals responded to all the changing lineups and rotations?
Well, it's kind of been a little up and down. There was a stretch where we didn't actually respond very well to the changing lineups. We think some of the players were using it maybe as an opportunity to try out for a long-term starting spot and maybe played with a little bit of nerves. So I think there was a stretch there where we didn't handle it well, but we've kind of gotten over that and are doing a much better job. And I think long-term it's going to be very beneficial for us because it's really allowed a lot of different players and combinations to play. And we're comfortable with those various combinations on the floor. And that came into play last Saturday. Virginia Wesleyan, we made a setter switch in the third set. And we're able to pull out those last two sets and get that big victory on the road. And I think that lineup change there was a very big part of that.
The Generals are 21-5 after you beat Eastern Mennonite on Tuesday. 3 of those losses have come in ODAC play. The conference has shown signs of improvement in recent years, but is this the most competitive the league has been during your time at W&L?
I would say yes. I mean, I think really, if you look at the results, everyone is close with everyone when they're playing. There have been some quote-unquote upsets. I don't know that you can necessarily call them that, but teams that maybe haven't beaten other teams in a while are doing so. A lot of 4-set matches, 5-set matches. So everybody's got at least a couple of players who can terminate. We have not seen the type of coaching turnover recently. We have a new coach at Shenandoah, but other than that, most of the coaches have now been at their programs for 5 years or more. And so you're starting to see program development, and that's definitely making the conference deeper across the board.
You'll face several tough non-conference opponents as you travel to Christopher Newport and then to Emory on the last 2 weekends of the regular season. How can those matches help you prepare for the ODAC tournament?
Yeah, hopefully it makes us play a little faster. We always talk about this time of the year, we've played so much in the gym together that we get really good at playing ourselves. And we need to go play other people who play different styles, have players with different skill sets. And so that we can be ready to make any type of adjustment we might need to make in the postseason, because we know whoever we play is going to have, at the end of the year, teams have game plans for everyone, and so they're going to take something away from us. We need to have a plan B that we can go to, and this should hopefully give us an opportunity to work on those plan Bs and make us play, like I said, fast and competitive volleyball.
What are the keys to postseason success for the Generals?
Cliche in the volleyball world, but it's serve and pass for us. We've got to minimize our weaknesses. We can't give up a lot of easy points in those two areas. I think we do everything else well enough to win. We just can't make it too hard on ourselves by constantly being way off the net offensively and either serving too easy or too aggressively at the other team. We have to find that nice sweet spot where we're serving tough, but we're also serving the ball in and giving ourselves opportunities to win transition points.
Bryan, thank you for joining us. Best of luck with the rest of the year.
Great. Thanks, Jeremy.
With me now is Laura Bruce, senior swimmer from New Orleans. Laura, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Washington and Lee has opened up the year with dual meet wins over Center, Mary Washington, and Washington College. You also finished first at the ODAC Relays here in Lexington. How pleased have you been with the start to the year?
Overall, I've been very pleased with the start of our season. We've had a lot of new positive energy from the freshmen, and the seniors have done a really great job, in my opinion, and I've been very happy overall with the team mentality, and all of us are having a positive attitude. I think it's our best year so far, but I'm obviously a senior, so I'm partial.
You're a physics major. You have an impressive list of co-curricular and extracurricular activities on your resume. How did you end up choosing to study and to swim at Washington and Lee?
That's a good question. Well, my whole life, swimming has been a really big part of me and, my upbringing. And growing up, I really wanted to swim in college. And I had a lot of people who inspired me to do so. And when looking at my senior year, I had plenty of different colleges to choose from, but I chose Washington and Lee not only for its outstanding academics, but also it afforded me the opportunity to compete in swimming college. And it's been a really great experience, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything else.
Last season, W&L placed 10th at the NCAA championship. It's the second time during your career that the Generals have finished in the top 10 at the Division III meet. Is there now an expectation that Washington and Lee will compete at a national level every year?
Yeah, so I think expectation's kind of too hard of a word to say for that. We train and we compete and we do our best, and we're told to trust in the process. And but at the end of the day, you don't know what the next stage is until you go there. And I'm saying that in the most positive, great way possible. I think as swimmers and, as athletes, we train and do our best. And you never know what to expect. And we make predictions, but who knows what will happen. Now, I think when you place less stock in expectations and more in the process, you can do something even more phenomenal.
The Generals head to Randolph-Macon this weekend. You've got big events at Carnegie Mellon and Franklin and Marshall in November. What are the team's goals for the remainder of the fall term schedule?
Yeah, so at the beginning of this year, we all had to stand up and give what our goals are for ourselves and for the team. And a lot of that was, I think 70% of the team said having a positive attitude. And I think we're having a positive attitude. And I think our goals now, we're still in the beginning of the season, are to train and get back in shape and, face the hard sets with, positive attitude and do our best. I think we don't have anything to worry about.
Laura, thank you for joining us. Good luck throughout the year.
Thank you.
I'm now joined by Freddie Marx, junior cross-country captain from Greensboro, North Carolina. Freddie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
The Generals have had a busy October. You had pre-nationals in Louisville. This past weekend, the team went to Oberlin and Gettysburg. What has the team gained from all of those meets?
Yeah, I think we've really learned a lot about our competition out there in these big races. 10 seconds can be the difference between 30 spots. So for us, we've learned that we have to push at the hard times of the races, and we need to understand that even a few seconds here and there can be the difference between reaching our goals and not reaching them this year.
The ODAC Championship is a week and a half away. There's a 2-week gap after that until the Southeast Regional in Memphis. What are the keys to training well as you prepare for those races?
Yeah, I think consistency is key for us right now. For us, it's doing the little things, trying not to get injured or recover from minor things that are going on right now. We're trying to sleep well, hydrate, do the little things. For us, I think that with our new freshmen, they've had a great impact on us, and all of them love to run and have this great attitude. So I think our upperclassmen are being fueled by that right now.
Back in September, W&L won the ODAC preview meet at Green Hill Park in Salem. That's the venue for the conference championship. Tell us about the course for the ODAC meet.
Yeah, the course is super flat and super fast. It's basically just 2 big loops that we do a couple of times. There's definitely a lot of straightaways and a lot of areas that we can move as a group to try to pick off some runners. I think that as long as the course is dry for ODACs, it's going to be super fun, super fast, and I think that it'll be a good day for the Generals.
What are the team's expectations for the postseason?
Yeah, so first off, our expectations start off by winning the ODAC championship in 2 weeks here. I think that would really springboard us into the regional meet. For the regional meet, we obviously want to go to NCAAs as a team, and for us that looks like either qualifying as a top 2 automatic qualifier or getting an at-large selection from the NCAA selection committee. Obviously we want to take things into our own hands and just finish top 2 in the region, but any way we can get to the NCAA meet, we'd be happy with.
Freddie, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck in the postseason.
Thanks so much.
Here's a look at the upcoming weekend. 4 teams play at home on Saturday of Young Alumni Weekend. Women's soccer gets the afternoon started against Randolph, while football takes on Bridgewater, field hockey meets Randolph-Macon, and men's soccer plays host to Guilford. Elsewhere, volleyball heads to Newport News for non-conference matches against York and Christopher Newport, and the swimming teams compete in a dual meet at Randolph-Macon. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.